fans, it is time to play the blame game. And who are you blaming for the lack of offense this time for the Houston Texans? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. As we know, the Houston Texans, 7 games through, are 5-2 currently. Big game this week against the Indianapolis Colts. We'll focus on that on another day. Right now, we are playing the blame game, and the blame game entails that the Houston Texans have some problems offensively. We all know this. We've been watching them for 7 games, and they have yet to shown for 4 quarters that they are the offense that was hyped this offseason. They haven't looked competent enough. I would say their best game from beginning to end is probably the Indianapolis Colts game. And that was the first game of the season where they dropped 29 and Joe Mixon had a $159. And funny it is that they play these Colts again this Sunday. Very different Colt team, very different Texan team. So with that being said, where Texans fans, let me know. Y'all already know the drill. Man, what are we doing, man? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. We are under 300, maybe under 200. We're getting there. We're getting there, Texans fans, Astros fans, Rockets fans. Remember, this is the lead where it's all Houston all the time. And y'all know the drill, man. Go down in that comment section. Let me know. How are you feeling about this Texans offense? Who are you blaming? Who do you want gone? I know y'all want someone gone. It's going to be a multiple choice option down in the comment section. I know y'all want some people gone. Y'all let me know in the comment section. You know I'll reply. The Texans had some issues offensively, and this is just beating a dead horse, man. It is constantly something wrong with the offense. And I have my choice as to who I am definitively eyeing for the Houston Texans to be moved. His name is Chris Strausser. If anybody doesn't know who Chris Strausser is the current offensive lines coach for the Houston Texans, formerly from the Indianapolis Colts, a guy that, look, I read an article from him when he first got hired, coming from The Athletic. He was known in Washington with Chris Peterson way back then as a guy that helps offensive lines. There was players that credited him to their improvements, not only in college, but as well as the NFL. I was hyped about Chris Strausser and what he could do for this offensive line. I was hyped going into this year just because of last year when you had a plug-and-play makeshift offensive line. The line did not play that bad. Now, yes, the run game was suspect, but passing-wise, there was multiple games where they had a stretch, a franchise record, actually, 3 straight weeks where CJ Stroud did not get a sack. That is definitely a total 360 compared to today, and where this offensive line, and yes, they are getting the blame for me. Chris Strausser is getting the blame for me, the majority of the blame. Yes, you can displace this blame also on Bobby Slowick, also on D'Amico Ryans for hiring Chris Strausser, a guy that isn't familiar with a zone run scheme. Currently, the assistant offensive lines coach is Cole Popovich, a guy that has worked with the New England Patriots basically his whole career, and knows Nick Caserio. He's the assistant O-lines coach. He also was, I forgot what college it was, but Vidal. There was a running back, Vidal, Vidal. I can't think of it as the top of my head right now, but Vidal credited Cole Popovich. A lot of people wanted, I believe it's Kamani Vidal. He was like either a late round pick or undrafted. A lot of fans wanted him last year in the NFL draft. I believe it was out of Troy, actually. I think I'm right there. And Cole Popovich was credited to improving that offensive line and having Vidal translate his game and get all the way into an NFL draft pick, late 6th, 7th round pick, I want to say. So he has some experience to be an offensive lines coach. Look, if I'm firing anybody, it is going to be Chris Strausser. If I'm blaming anybody, it is going to be Chris Strausser. The only thing I could say about Bobby Slowick, the only thing that I could say is, well, it's tough to formulate your offense. It's tough to create plays and form plays and stretch these plays out when you're not getting any time in the pocket. And that is the biggest issue right now for the Houston Texans. We also got to throw blame on the players because lack of communication, lack of awareness. Yes, that falls on coaching, but the players have to do better as well. You got enough on this offensive line. You've invested so much into them. Laramie Tunsil, we already know what we traded for him. Juice Scruggs is a first-round pick. No, Scruggs is a second-round pick. I meant Kenyon Green is a first-round pick. Scruggs is a second-round pick. Shaq Mason you traded for, extended. Titus Howard, first-round pick, extended. The Texans have thrown so much into this offensive line. There is nothing else they can really do besides bench guys. And if they're going to bench anybody, it seems like the popular favorite vote here is Kenyon Green. And look, Kenyon Green did not have his best of games. I do believe Kenyon Green helps you so much in the run game, but he is such a negative in the pass game. But I also believe that it is due to the rest of the four that are out there with Kenyon Green. It makes up a whole. It makes up a unit, and it's not happening for him. And there is no communication. There's no awareness. Again, that falls on coaching. So I am eyeing you, Chris Strausser. I think he should be fired. I think he should be relieved of his duties. I don't see them moving on from Bobby Slowick, especially considering they're 5-2. And if you get better O-line play, the offense is going to look better. Mark my words. The Houston Texans, the blame game here. I am throwing it at the offensive line and the offensive line's coach, specifically Chris Strausser. I am eyeing you, man. You need to do better. You need to change something up, or they just need to get rid of his ass. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.